Let's move to the Big 12, where we had the upset of the week in college football. Kansas State with a massive win over Oklahoma in Norman. Some have gone as far as to say that Kansas State is the reason that Oklahoma is looking to leave the Big 12. I didn't say it, but I know someone who did. You hadn't heard that, Felder?
No, I hadn't heard that. I had not heard that.
No, I'm plugging at the Field of 68 shop. You can get a little Kansas State shirt that says Oklahoma's in the Big 12 because of us. So just saying, I didn't say it, but I heard it and I'm spreading it. Kansas State fans ecstatic as they should be with that. Sure. At the same time, Texas goes down to Texas Tech in overtime in a fantastically watchable game. But the two giants of the Big 12 have been slayed. And that poses a question, gentlemen. Is the Big 12 out of the college football playoff race? Felder, what do you think?
Yeah, I think no, they're not. Oklahoma's a brand name. If they went out, they're gonna get in. That's the reality. They went out, they're in. And obviously, you look at what happened with them, 41-34 against K-State. Max, can you talk me through what you think Brett Venables is doing right now?
Brett Venables is trying to figure out how he can get ready for the SEC.
Here's the thing. They both lost. They both just lost.
They both
lost. Oklahoma and Texas both lost. They lost to Texas Tech and K-State, and they're going to walk in and be like, what are we doing?
I'm going to amend my toast of the evening, guys. And I'm going to say, Brett Yormark, your dream came true. Both of the guys that you did not want walking away with the trophy that said Big 12 champ, you just got your wish today as we talk about this. Both of them went down, and Kansas is 4-0, baby.
Oh, God. Rank Kansas, please. If, God forbid, any poll voters are watching this, put some respect on the Jayhawks name, please. Sure. Rank those boys. They are fun to watch. Jalen Daniels is electric. Okay, so I want to go back to Felder's hypothetical of Oklahoma with one loss here. Yeah. Because they're obviously a brand name, no doubt about that. Yep. And they're more than capable of running the table with this team. Let's just play schedule games here. Alabama and Georgia don't play in the regular season. They meet in the SEC championship. One of them loses. They're both undefeated. They're both in. No matter who loses that game, they're both in the playoff.
Okay.
That's two. Big Ten winners in, whether that's Ohio State or Michigan. If they run the table, which we would assume, well, I guess we shouldn't assume. They might not run the table.
Or Minnesota.
We're going to get to them as well. But a one-loss Big Ten team is in. Okay. Let's say Ohio State, Michigan. Say they're both undefeated, and the loser of that game is the one-loss team against Oklahoma. Either you've got one-loss Ohio State or one-loss Michigan to an undefeated Big Ten champ, Ohio State/Michigan. Is that Big Ten team getting in as a second Big Ten team over Oklahoma? Max?
I'd like a sidebar. Where is USC in this equation?
If they could be in the equation as well. They could be. They're a bid stealer.
Say they see Oregon in the Pac-12 championship, since Oregon seems to have their stuff together. Does that happen? Does that wipe out the Big 12? So I get the Pac-12 in there for the first time in God knows how long.
So there's bid stealers.
Did you watch the game?
I did, and it looked terrible. But okay. If they still win because the rest of the Pac-12 is terrible,
they got to be in there.
They got to be in there, right?
But that's the same thing with Clemson.
And Clemson. So you've got at this point a lot has to happen for Oklahoma, then, right? Because you're looking at
4 ranked teams. That's it. I'm going. No.
If ACC goes undefeated, champ Clemson, they're in. If USC goes undefeated, Pac-12 champ, they're in.
Sure.
If one of those happens, that's a bid. Alabama and Georgia, I think, is safe to assume both until we see one of them lose. It's just safe to assume 2 spots. And then, I mean, one Big Ten team's got to get it. There's just a lot of work that has to happen for Oklahoma here. On the flip side of this, though, there's an undefeated team in the Big 12 we're not talking about in the top 10 right now, Oklahoma State. Is anybody buying Oklahoma State as a legitimate threat to run the table?
No.
Quick no?
Nope.
No.
Think about it.
Defense isn't even close to what they were a year ago. Not close. And you lose. Obviously, I understand when you lose Rodriguez, it's tough. But when you lose Knowles, it's even tougher. I just no.
It's a matter of time. Just a matter of time before they.
So who comes out of the Big 12 then at this point?
Baylor.
Baylor. Wow.
Like Baylor too.
Wow. Okay.
Kansas like joking about it, but Baylor's a real deal in the Big 12.
Their front seven and their offensive line is the real deal. Those guys aren't playing around. And when they put the paws on you, you got to get the cold tub the next day.
They are their mascot. That's all I'm going to say. They are their mascot.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of head coaches who look like their mascot. So if you're going to tell me a whole football team is like their mascot, Max, I'm in. I'll buy Baylor stock right now. No lie. Aranda, good coach, good culture, good football team. I like it. So who of the one-loss big brands, though, Oklahoma, Texas, and then we can move on to the Minnesota that Felder was alluding to. Are you buying Oklahoma or Texas as the team that finishes the season stronger? Felder, what do you think?
Come on, are you serious?
I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious.
Oklahoma.
Why is it that crazy?
Because
saw Texas against Alabama?
Sure.
Yeah.
I also saw Alabama against Texas, and what I saw was an Alabama team that was like, oh, we can sleepwalk through this, and then an Alabama team that Saban was like, yeah, we're not that good. We have to play better. Versus Texas's best game is a loss.
Who's a more dangerous football team? An Alabama team sleepwalking or a Kansas State team with everything they've got?
Who's more dangerous? Oh,
I mean, it's Alabama. I don't care if they're sleepwalking, right?
Sure, because they'll turn it on and they'll figure out a way to get it done. But I just think for me, Texas still I watched the Texas Tech video. Have you guys seen the video of Texas Tech's head coach?
I don't think so.
So there's a video of him in the locker room from the Texas Tech main account. And he literally goes, I told you at halftime, we got them. We got them. We got 2 more rounds. You go out and fight for 2 more rounds and they'll quit.
Wow.
And he if that's the way that you're thinking about, it's not, and it wasn't like a motivational thing. Like this wasn't to get them amped up to play. This was after the game where he's like, I told you guys in the locker room, I told you they'll quit. And then he comes back and he's like, remember I told you this? Look what happened.
Yeah, that says something. I mean, you're not wrong. It says something.
Well, and my thing is, I think even more so it's for Texas, the brand still isn't there. I mean, am I buying Sark as the leader of the ship, as this guy that's going to just
Did you buy him? Did you buy him as the leader of Washington?
Nope.
Did you buy him as the leader at USC?
Absolutely not.
So why am I supposed to buy him now?
Because he was washed in the waters of Saban. That's why. He went and got baptized, and now he's reborn.
At Nick Saban's house of wayward coaches.
Exactly. When Saban does those little zooms and you see the pool in the backyard that has leaves in it, that's where he got baptized. Yeah. Dunk it, you're good. There we go, my child. Say 5 Our Fathers and 3 Hail Marys. You'll be a head coach of a Power 5 soon.
Oh, God. For the record, I think Texas and Oklahoma are very close. And I know I'm the differentiator here, but I do.
Why?
I just am impressed with the Texas game against Oklahoma. And if that's all that's on the resume and you want to kick me for that, that's fine. But I don't think the Oklahoma team that I saw against Kansas State makes that a game. Even if you're dead on, Felder, I hear your point about Alabama saving everything and he wanted a competitive game. You're dead on. I buy that. But I still don't think the Oklahoma team we saw against Kansas State is competitive in that spot. I really don't. Okay. So we'll see. A lot of football left. Long way to go.
How long until we get to the Red River?
Oh, we're gonna get there. Isn't that? I think that's still a couple weeks away. Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay.
I would say it's the beginning of October. Texas State Fair.
We're dropping our merch.
We got to start calling Underwood Daddy Brad. I'm a big pod guy. Breaking news. The Field of 68 has an online store, and it's your one-stop shop for the latest and greatest merch in college basketball and college football. You can find shirts to support your favorite team, make fun of your rival team, or boast Field of 68 catchphrases like Daddy Brad, Cussin' and Discussin', and the Star Heels. Go to www.fieldof68.shop today and enter promo code TOUCHDOWN for 20% off at checkout.